So, Chris, I think there's some issues with the podcast.
Yeah, let me stop you right there, dude. I really need to stop interrupting you while you're talking. It's very rude, and I'm sorry.
I agree.
Okay, great, dude. That's perfect. Let's keep this dynamic like this.
Okay, so...
Yeah, anyways, how was your day?
Welcome to Mistakes Were Made, the podcast where we talk about mistakes and things we love, and maybe even remember why we loved them in the first place. I'm your host and residential mistake artist, Eduardo Vaca, and with me today is fellow mistake artist and giggler, Chris Hecker. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. This asshole is giggling in front of me, ruining my radio show, but besides that, I'm pretty okay. Giggles.
Okay.
This is called breaking. We're going to talk about the DC Extended Universe today, as you know, also known as the DCEU. This is different from the DCEU, which consists of DC straight-to-DVD animated films, and the Arrowverse, which consists of DC Television's on-screen universe, except for Gotham and Black Lightning. And that's a pretty good place to start with some problems in DC. They're kind of all over the place. So just before we begin, what are your general thoughts with DC, Chris? What are your general feelings towards that?
Just like in general?
Yeah.
The characters are cool, but the way they portray them in film, unless it's animated, is very poor, in my opinion.
Who's your main? Like your ride or die in terms of DC?
Swamp Thing. No,
Swamp Thing?
No.
I mean, I've never read Swamp Thing.
I mean, I know his backstory. It's cool.
Yeah, it's sad.
It sucks.
It's like classic Alan Moore. I hate my protagonist. Sad.
Yeah. I'm just, forget it. Batman, why not? Whatever.
You gave up so quickly.
You like Superman. Whatever.
I do. I like Superman. Superman's my favorite. No, but it was just like
you were like Wonder Woman too. Wonder Woman's cool.
No, it wasn't even. It was just the fact that you sounded so resigned. You're like, fuck it. I guess I'll say Batman.
I was gonna say fuck it too. Like fuck it, Batman.
We don't cuss on this show, Chris. Just so you know.
Thanks for
anyway. Clearly, so I don't know. I feel like with Superman, he's just like the ideal, and he's the primo superhero. He was the first, and he's still, in my opinion, the best.
Yeah, but he's so lame. Like it's just the same thing.
He's such a cool guy, though. Like I want to be Superman. I don't want to be
stupid.
Batman.
How smart is he?
What?
Like, just glasses.
He's a
genius.
Nobody falls for that. The fact that he thought of that and everybody's like, wow, you're a different person.
He didn't even have to try.
Exactly.
Fucking stupid.
That sounds awesome. Okay.
Batman's secret identity is awesome.
Batman's secret identity is dumb.
It's what the fuck?
He is so lame.
Superman's fucking lame.
Okay, you know what I think is lame? No, we'll get into this when we talk about about Batman versus Superman.
You know I think is lame? Ego the Living Planet.
That's actually, Chris, that's Image Comics. But oh my
god,
what? I don't know. So I think we can both agree that we love DC. Like I know I do. When you watch the Justice League cartoon, that was special to me. I thought, because each character was perfect, and like Batman wasn't the leader of the Justice League, and neither was Superman, and neither was Wonder Woman. No, we shouldn't have been. But it was one of those shows where you got like little nibble, a little lick of everyone. You got what sort of show is this? I don't know. But.
I'm like flip flopping. I like Batman. I like Wonder Woman. I like Flash. Since we're going off based off
that's another
animated.
One. I love the Flash too.
Cool. Animated Flash is awesome.
We're not going to talk about the DC. The
DC
television,
DC
the Arrow.
Anymore.
No, not DC. We're switching topics, but we're not going to talk about the Arrowverse today. But I don't know if you watched the Flash, but I love the Flash.
I've seen literally one episode, and apparently that was the worst episode.
Which one was it? Spoilers
it's
for
like,
whatever episode this is.
Shoot, which one? It was like first season or second. It's like, what was it? It was like this weird guy. He could like turn into insects or nanobots or whatever.
Oh, like bees?
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, there you go.
That is a bad episode.
Yeah, it was good,
I will
though.
concede. And you thought it was good.
I thought it was
okay,
good.
See, that's the thing. Even the worst show for The Flash is like better than most shows.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what you said when I told you that too.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's kind of sad.
Are you reading off a script or something?
A little predictable, no. Crumples paper, crumple sound. But as far as I like Supergirl a lot. I don't love, like the show, I don't really care about the characters so much.
I don't really care for like Supergirl or like Gotham or those shows right now.
Yeah, I'd say Supergirl's better than Gotham. I think I like the visual aesthetic Gotham has. I think the cinematography's cool, but from a narrative perspective, it's a little You know,
Yeah,
I just tried to put my fingers in Chris's wallet, and that didn't work out. That's what shows this. Yeah, so
why is Bruce Wayne 16 and becoming Batman already? What's happening?
It's
Was this Batman Beyond?
Would you rather have it in Smallville, where there's just like, let's wait 10 years before showing a Superman suit that we will not
Just
actually see him in? We'll just see an S that is clearly from Bryan Singer's failed movie.
Well, if you're gonna have it like before like Bruce Wayne does anything, like keep Bruce Wayne on the side. Don't make him like a main character.
Or here's a thought: just don't make it a prequel. Just make a Batman TV show. I mean, like, why restrain yourself?
Why are they not like focusing more on Batman Beyond? Is that like I want more Batman Beyond?
That would be good. Their comics are really cool. I've been reading them.
Didn't Terry die for a little bit?
He might have died for a little bit. I know he's back right now, and he's fighting Damian, Bruce's son.
Fuck Damian.
And that's I hate him too. I'm so excited for that because Terry would murder Damian.
Wait, how old is Damian? Is he like
he's an adult? He's like middle aged. Like he's like Bruce's age when he was Batman, I guess.
Man,
Terry would still be younger, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
It's really cool. I looked at the artwork. It's just a lot of fun. I dig it.
Man.
Anyway,
Man
is probably a good segue to the first film in the DC Extended Universe, Man of Steel, which was released into the Batman Begins, because there was a Superman. Wait, did you tangent before we even start on the actual topic? Did you notice in the Dark Knight Rises poster that they released a part, like it's like the bat symbol with like rubble falling down from buildings? If you look very closely in the bottom like left, he's googling it out, bottom left hand corner, you see a blur that looks suspiciously like the Superman symbol.
Shut up.
So in a way,
no.
This is when the true birth of the DCEU started. But anyway, Man of Steel, released in 2013, directed by Zack Snyder, written by, what was his name? David S. Goyer, and starring Henry Cavill as Clark Kent. With this, I guess I'll start with you, and I know my opinions on...
Oh, it's real.
I know my opinions on... Chris just showed me a picture.
Did Superman save
of
Bruce?
Superman saving Bruce. Which, let's be real. Let's be frank. A lot happened in that 8-year period. We don't know.
Frank Miller?
Frank Miller? Maybe you've heard of
Dark
him.
Knight Rises? Right? Is that the same guy? Am I off? Am I being dumb? Am I just a Marvel guy?
Yeah, I think...
Was that Frank Miller?
Typical Marvel guy. No, that was Frank Miller.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, you made it. You made it this far, man.
Okay, I can stay.
Yeah, you can stay. It's just the door's open now, though, so...
I'm going to stop.
Every time you make a mistake, the door opens wider, and when the doorknob touches the wall, you're out.
I love how I just said I was going to stop interrupting you, and right when I was saying that, you talked over me.
Yes, I did.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
And
hints to the listeners, one of us is a radio top.
To a Batman v Superman 2.
What? Oh, the sequel?
Injustice Paradox.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So Man of Steel.
What?
I know my thoughts on Man of Steel. I'm a supporter of it. I like it. It's not perfect. It's a pretty good, I'd rate it a B. That's the letter grade I give it. But it's fun. It's long, way too fucking long, but the action is so much fun.
It is.
Henry Cavill's pretty good despite having a really shittily written Superman. Amy Adams is really good as Lois Lane despite being basically a dude. It's weird. They make her really more butch. Louis Lane. And for the most part, I like it. Lawrence Fishburne in particular kind of stands out as Perry White. I like him a lot just because Lawrence Fishburne just is there for the paycheck. And he's just I don't care. I'm going to be me. And Zack Snyder's like, okay. And there's some problems with the movie, but before we get into those, there are some mistakes in the movie. And before we get to those, I kind of want to hear your thoughts just in general on Man of Steel.
I like it. There. Done.
Now we're going to move on to Batman versus Superman.
You said basically everything I'm okay with. The action's cool. I guess it is a little long. I didn't notice it at first, but after multiple viewings, it does feel long. Yeah. There's scenes I want to skip. I literally just want to get to the
first 45 minutes. You're just I'm good.
Oh God, I can't believe that what's it called? Jonathan Kent, whatever his name is, Superman's dad. He's just it's okay if those kids died. Just don't
it's that's probably the biggest issue.
It's not you.
It's his parents just don't give a shit. They're it's your choice. No, it's not. So your job is to tell him you saved.
He would be alive right now.
Oh my God. I just had a hiccup burp. They collided. The result is heartburn. And but with Superman's parents should be the guiding force. His moral guiding force, and they weren't in this movie and in Batman vs Superman. It's just hey, kid, you're an immigrant
You're in over
allegory.
Your head.
You're in over your head. Yeah, it's like,
White,
hey, immigrants don't owe America anything. Of course, the white man is his dad.
Of course, the white man is the most powerful being on the earth.
That's a noteworthy question. Yeah, of course he's white. Should it come as a surprise that the most powerful man in the history of the world is a white man?
Is white.
It's white. Just what if he was adopted by minority parents? Like, just a nice, sweet Korean couple picked him up. Would people be like, that's not your son? And they were like, no, it is. And they'd be like, oh, you adopted? No.
What's that one where Superman's Russian? Is that Superman Red Son?
Red Son. That's Mark Miller, I think.
That's a good story. I like that. Doesn't he, like, die at the end, though? Doesn't someone die?
I know Batman's in it, and he's got, like, a Russian, a Russian cowl.
Why is he Russian, too?
I don't know. I don't know the story. And I don't know. I don't like Frank Miller. Not Frank Miller, Mark Millar. I think it's Millar. Yeah, it's Millar.
Millar.
It's actually European for not Frank Miller. I don't like him. I don't know. He did Kick-Ass, which I know you like.
I like Kick-Ass.
Like, the movie's better than the comic, I think.
The first comic's okay. They kind of like go downhill.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What else did
Dark Knight Rises? Whatever.
He did. That's different.
No, Dark Knight Returns. God dang it.
It's okay.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight R.
But
who else I don't like is, well, another work out of his that's kind of weird for Millar is Kingsman. He did.
You don't like Kingsman?
I like the movie a lot.
Oh, okay.
The comic I don't. So that's the thing. I feel like he needs a good director to be like, actually, this is terrible. We're going to cut this part, but the rest of this is good. Remember when we were talking about Man of Steel? Because I don't.
Yeah, see, look how forgettable it is. How did it kick off a universe?
Yeah, and it clearly wasn't meant to.
Wonder Woman should have been first, since it's the movie that takes place the earliest.
I think just...
Start off strong.
Yeah, they should have. And I don't get me wrong, it's not a bad place to start. I think just the direction they were going in next was terrible. Like, they're like, hey, we just introduced you to this new, different, sexy Superman, and let's be frank. Like, you look at Henry Cavill's muscels, and it's like, where are they?
Did you see his pecs jump when he ran?
Yeah, it's insane. He's a monster. He's not a man. He's an angry,
he's
like,
a Superman.
Beast. Oh. But there's the Superman curse, right? Everyone has come into accidents because there's George Reeve who got hurt, but Christopher Reeve is the big one.
Yeah.
Who ended up,
But what about like?
I think he has Lou Gehrig's. I think.
Do you remember Lois and Clark Adventures? Do you remember that?
That's
show?
Dean Cain.
Yeah, that's him. What happened to him? Is he okay?
He just lost stardom.
Well,
that's the curse.
Yeah,
that's part of the curse.
So did Smallville Superman.
Yeah, and he's just gone. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But Henry Cavill's pretty good. Like, he ended up in Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I like a lot.
I didn't see it.
It's really good. Nobody else saw it.
Is it Man of Steel good? Nobody saw it.
It's better than Man of Steel.
You shut up.
And I
Did
like
it kick
Man
off
of
the
Steel.
universe? No.
No, not yet. They're making a sequel, though.
Are they really?
Which is good. Yeah, which is surprising because nobody watched it. I know, it's been like 2 years, dude. But with Man of Steel, you can tell it was, since it's just... I'm not a fan of origin stories, really, because, like, at this point, we know Superman's origin. Everyone knows it. And, like, if you don't know it, you'll figure it out pretty quickly. And with Batman, it's the same thing. I mean, we just know the story. Don't tell it to me again. Because with Man of Steel, they tried to do this weird, like, immigrant story that... Yeah. And, like, Superman is the coolest immigrant by far. Like, let's be real. No immigrant's gonna have a story as cool as Superman. Like, hey, I came to this country, and now I can fucking fly? I don't... What?
Came to
like,
this world?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
I do have a funny immigrant story.
Can I hear it?
No.
Then you don't have a funny immigrant story.
Nah, it's like my ex's, like, father... What's it called? Like, when he was trying to get to America, he dressed up as a woman because they gave him like a passport or something that was like a woman. So he tried to look like as much as he can as the woman. So he came to America.
That's so awesome. It worked.
It did.
Presumably.
Here he is. He's a truck driver now.
He's happy.
Just like Superman. Was he a truck driver at one point? No.
I don't. But he messed up a truck.
Yeah. Same thing.
Which is like, that's a moment that's just so weirdly out of place. It's like a normal. It's almost a drama at that point. And then they're like, hey, I'm going to fuck up your car. And then there's just like big, humongous, like wooden...
Did you just throw coffee at me?
Was it coffee?
Or was it
something. Alcohol. I thought he was bartending.
He threw a cup.
Yeah, it was something. And, Henry Cavill's gorgeous, thick, luscious hair.
Pecs. He just pecs.
He's all pecs. That's the thing about, like, modern movie stars. They're all pecs, dude.
No, like, what's it called? I saw, like, I saw an article that's talked about like the new like body that they're going for, like Tom Holland, Who else? Like, it's just like slender, like kind of like it's just tone. Like,
Tom Holland is like so toned. He cups on Buff, but he doesn't.
Just like the cup that was thrown at Henry Cavill.
Oh, did it even shatter?
We don't know.
That'd be funny if they had it shatter on impact with him. That'd be just like he's like irradiated and it melted right before it touched him.
He looks at it, just melts it with his heat vision. Yeah. They'll treat it as normal.
Speaking of his heat vision, I like that it looks painful in Man of Steel. Yeah. Like, that's kind of cool. It's like, because it's kind of, that's, people bitch about Superman being OP, and sure, the freeze breath is a little OP.
It's fun, though.
But it's fun. It's cool when they treat the laser eyes like it's like a super combo ender, you know?
That'd be cool if, like, the ice breath would kind of hurt his teeth, you know? That'd be kind of cool. After he does it, he's just like...
he's just like gritting, like, I gotta floss. And the more he does, that's the price he pays. The more he does it, the harder it is to get those things out when he's flossing, because it's frozen.
Get the ice out.
Yeah, it's calcified. he can ice it out, yeah.
God.
He's actually a waterbender.
Okay. Moving on.
Batman v Superman, the smash hit of 2016. Just kidding. Didn't even break $1 billion. But
they wanted.
BVS, DOJ. Really, the film to kick off.
WTF.
WTF. LOL? It's a question mark at the end of that.
IDK my BFF Jill. Do you remember that?
No, what the fuck's that?
You don't remember that? It's from an old, like, Texan commercial. Go on.
BVS DOJ. I'm gonna keep saying, I hate myself. Like,
WTF.
WTF. That's the film that really kicked off the DC Extended Universe by doing what Marvel did. They did the Marvel fuck up, where they shove everything they can in the movie in the hopes of, we can start now. And it was like, no fam. You can't.
Turkish Airlines.
Yeah, Turkish Airlines.
They should have their own movie.
I want to see that spinoff. Who built the airline? Was Wonder Woman there? Was she as pretty there as she is in Wonder Woman? Can I just say, Zack Snyder, I feel like he doesn't know how to shoot Gal Gadot, because she looks much angrier in Batman vs Superman than she does in Wonder Woman. And I guess you could chalk it up to, like, character development.
And years of doing this.
But I feel like she almost looked like begrudgingly in Batman vs Superman.
Like, fuck, I gotta help.
She's like, oh my god, you... Oh, you boys.
Oh, you pecs.
Yeah, I thought she was with you. But...
Why would Batman say that?
That was dumb.
He emailed her. He knows who she is.
She was with Batman.
I'm gonna get angry now.
Get angry.
No, I don't want to.
Unleash the Chris. Miss.
I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Did you prompt a bowel movement? I also have.
I'm gonna pop blood vessels.
IBM. Now, Chris.
Whoa. Security?
Confessions of
a teenage addict.
A teenage addict. I was gonna say a diseased teenager.
Whoa.
So I think I don't know what your biggest gripe with Batman vs Superman is, but mine is that they killed Superman. Like, that's ultimate.
It's too early to do that.
Yeah, and I think it's emblematic of all the problems. I don't really know this Superman. I know the Clark Kent, I know Clark Kent, but at the same time, it's like Superman is different from Clark Kent as he should be. Mm-hmm. And in this movie, he's like, I fucking hate people. I don't know if I want... With that line where the bomb goes off... Fucking spoilers, I guess. But when the bomb goes off... Superman. I mean, yeah, seriously. If you haven't seen it, good. But when the bomb goes off... This is coming from the guy, okay, who watched the Ultimate Cut, too.
I'm glad I didn't.
And it's better, but...
No, it's not.
It is!
How much better?
It's better enough that I would say you should watch that movie and not watch the theatrical cut if you want to watch. Like, if you're really adamant about watching the movie. And
I like the opening destruction scene where Batman's. I mean, it's stupid because like Batman's running in
where they actually turn it into 9/11 in Batman versus Superman.
I mean, I kind of like foggy, like ruinous, like destruction areas.
Oh yeah,
look at my hands. Look at them.
They're shaking.
I love them.
But no, that scene of Bruce Wayne running into like the falling building.
You bring up Rick and Morty again, I'm leaving. Just kidding.
Morty. You see him running into the rail. That is so cool. And like, but the thing about that, Sean, our friend Sean, who loves Rick and Morty.
Fucking Sean. Anyways,
I don't know. I feel like the action isn't even that good in Batman vs Superman.
The fight scene, Batman's fight scenes were cool.
The warehouse scene is pretty cool. Like, I don't think at that point I'm pretty like drained from the movie. Like, it's a cool YouTube clip.
Yeah. It's a cool fan-made film.
Yeah,
Whatever.
It's a cool short film.
It's no Lego Batman movie, but whatever.
No,
Did you even see that?
Action? Yeah, it was good.
Okay, that's a good DCU movie.
It is. DC, yeah, it's all connected.
Should have been.
Aquaman shows up in it. Speaking of Aquaman, when they show Aquaman security camera footage in Batman vs Superman, it looks like he's holding his breath. Like, straight up, he's like, oh! Like, I'm worried for Jason Momoa.
Maybe he just got scared that people found him.
Oh my god. They found me.
He kind of, I don't know, like...
And then Ezra Miller with his nasty goatee and his long hair.
It's just bad. They're all bad.
Yeah. I like how they call them metahumans after the Flash
like
TV
that?
show did that.
Oh my God.
The Flash TV show did that, and in the show they make fun of the name. In the show they're like, wow, metahumans is such a stupid name. And then in the movie they're like, no, look how gritty I am. They're metahumans because they're above.
I've never punched people, I just push people. No, I fucking hate everything about Batman and Superman. Lois Lane's pointless.
Yeah, she is.
Every other character but Batman, Superman, and I guess Wonder Woman for the 15 minutes she's there. Not
I
including
like
her fight
theme,
scene.
though.
It's
They fight like 40 times.
Sorry, drums.
I like what... I mean, there are drums.
There's just drums.
I love African Superman theme, though. But that's the thing about the music, the score. That's African Superman, dude. He's real. The score, Hans Zimmer nailed the score. And I like how Hans Zimmer's like, no, we're going to bring Junkie XL to do the Batman theme,
Junkie
so I don't
XL's
touch
good.
it. He's good.
I love what he did with Mad Max. That's so good.
He's great. But you can tell Hans Zimmer was like, hey, Junkie, I'm just going to take over everything again. And Junkie was like, okay. Because that Batman theme feels like Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
And it's good. And it's a good theme. People say it's not great, but for me, it's like the perfect mixture of, like, I don't know, the original Batman, not the original, but the 1989 Batman, and then, like, I guess the Nolan ones, but it's just great. If you had to sum up your feelings toward Batman vs. Superman in one word, what would it be?
I'm gonna put them two. I think there might be a hyphen, maybe.
Okay.
Underwhelming disappointment.
Underwhelming disappointment.
Or Jesse Eisenberg. With a hyphen.
Just Eisenberg.
Dude, Heisenberg,
It's
Bryan
all
Cranston was supposed to play Lex Luthor.
That's so weird.
That would have been nice. He could be a good Lex Luthor or a good Jim Gordon.
He could be good at anything.
Yeah.
He's just so random.
He should have been Superman.
I think he's a little too old for Lex Luthor. I picture Lex Luthor more as honestly, I could more. I'm not against the whole Mark Zuckerberg Lex Luthor thing. Jesse Eisenberg was weird.
Yeah,
and uncomfortable.
God, he ruined it for me, to be honest.
He's terrible. I was watching...
Let me stick a Jolly Rancher in your mouth to get my way. What are you
so
talking? What are you doing?
Yeah, and he's not compelling at all. He's not his arc... Everyone's arc in the movie is daddy issues, except for Wonder Woman, because she has no daddy.
Because she's nothing. She's clay.
She is clay from the earth. That movie's so annoying, though, because it's daddy and mommy issues. Because, of course... I like the fact that both their moms are named Martha. I do.
Yeah,
but that should not be the crux of the movie. And if it is the crux of the movie, it should not come a half hour before the movie ends.
Can I say, why the fuck... Okay, but why the fuck does Lex Luthor hate Superman? Superman destroys buildings, which gives Lex Luthor's company a reason to, rebuild and make more money. Yeah. Why does he hate him?
Well, I think...
Why?
In typical typical comics, the idea is that it's Lex Luthor is... top dog in terms of the real world, and then Superman overpowers him. But the dynamic I like is when they're more like rivals. Yeah. You know, where it's they work together sometimes they don't, but most times they're antagonistic, but they don't. It's not good versus evil. You know, it's I want this, you want this. I'm gonna fight to get what I want, which usually comes from Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I also heard a guy talking about saying Lex Luthor has had to work for what he has, reached the top he's had to work for, but Superman has had to do nothing to get there.
Yeah, that's part of it too.
Yeah, it's just handed it to him while Lex has to work for it, and he's basically the villain, but he's not, because Superman fucking sucks.
Okay, Superman is great. He saves people.
One thing goes wrong for him, and he's pissed off, and he could snap. That's why Injustice is so great.
Injustice is okay.
The storyline's cool.
The storyline. I don't know. It's just, for me, it feels like an episode of TV. Where it's just hey, look, this is the one where you go into the mirror dimension where everyone's different.
But you have to pay $60 to view it.
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
But I don't know. Injustice is fun to play
3D.
Though. That's a good game.
Which one?
I haven't played the second one, but the first one was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I'm kidding. Second one's more fun in my opinion.
Is it? I bet it is. I should try.
Should get online and share play.
I never will.
I mean, it's oh my god. Okay, anyways, naked Lois Lane was not a selling point.
I don't know.
I'm not really into like a naked older 40-year-old.
I think Amy Adams is pretty.
Is she older than 40 or is she 30?
I don't think she's older than 40.
I can't tell with her.
I wouldn't be surprised. I can't tell with a lot of people. Like Ellen is 60. Did you know that?
Ugh.
That's insane. She does not look 60.
Sometimes.
She looks old. Not
She's
60.
43.
Oh, okay. She looks pretty good for 43.
Yeah, naked.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, that scene where he just like hops in the bathtub with his jeans on. I'm like, boy.
Like, what are you doing? Wait, your shoes are still on.
It's insane. Those were suede, it looked like.
You're poor. What are you doing?
You can't afford this.
It's dry clean only. But
So that's Naked Women is a terrible segue to our next film.
Fucking hot. Clark.
Wonder Woman. 2017, Patty Jenkins starring Gal Gadot. And I love how the honest trailer for that came out today. Today's, yeah. You obviously, if you're listening to this, it's not today. It's way in the past. But I love how in the movie everyone has an accent to help Gal Gadot out. Like
you can just sometimes feel that's a little forced, a little fake.
Oh, it is for sure. But I still kind of love it. I'm like, it's like they're all friends. And they're like, don't worry, Gal, we're gonna all have an accent.
Do you think that's a little racist? That they try and imitate her instead of just being their own person?
I don't know.
Just kidding. No, I know they all have to have an accent because they're all from the same place. But it's all because of her. Thanks,
so it's your fault. But that being said, I didn't really like her in Batman vs. Superman. She was kind of stale, and yet in Wonder Woman, she's so like likable because she's so naive and so but eager at the same time to just like help the world.
A lot of naive characters are likable, honestly. You know.
So Chris, I think I like Wonder Woman a little more than you do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
You can confirm this.
I was there when you said you liked it more than me.
Yes, which is pretty much every time we've ever spoken about Wonder Woman.
It's generic. It's nothing stand out. I guess it's as good as it is because it's in the DCEU, whatever. But it's just a generic movie, really. The only difference is the setting. You don't really see superhero movies in World War One. You know? Yeah,
and my only really gripe with that is again, I think all these movies are too long. All the DCEU movies are too long. Yeah. They don't need all to be 2.5 hours.
No.
Keep it at 2 at most.
Don't make origin movies as long as team up movies.
No. Yeah, no, there's a logic to that, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I know one of these days someone's gonna release a 3-hour superhero movie that isn't Nolan.
That's not Watchmen either.
That's not Watchmen is
Watchmen's
so
good. I like it a
lot. But one that's actually, I don't know. But with Wonder Woman, what I like is that it's a story with a hero who's explicitly about hope. You know, because Superman and Wonder Woman kind of have the same ideals, and yet right now Wonder Woman's the one taking up that mantle.
What was the one? Know what I mean? What was the one movie where they literally kept saying "You stand for hope"? Was that Batman?
That's Man of Steel.
Is that Man of Steel?
Yeah, where they're like, the symbol means hope.
Oh my god!
It means hope. It's terrible. It is garbage. I know.
Why pick a Earth letter? You know, why not have your own letter?
Yeah.
For Kal-El.
On Earth, it looks like an S, and then she's like, "What about Sue?" And then the thing cuts her off.
So stupid.
It's terrible. Yeah, that's actually why it got knocked down a letter grade for me. I was like, "This is not an A movie. This is a B movie."
When did they even start calling him Superman? Honestly, hey, it's S.
I think at the end in the movie they just call him Superman just because. But with Wonder Woman, I think it's visually impressive. When they're on Themyscira, it's gorgeous. I don't know where they filmed that. I want to buy a condo there. I want to buy a timeshare there.
It's all green screen.
It's all green screen.
It's like the Jungle Book movie. It's all green screen.
It's all green screen.
It looks great.
All the people are green screen.
Bill Murray's one of the women, too.
Gal Gadot's green screen.
He can do an accent. So
he's Robin Wright.
No.
He's the bullet that shoots her.
He's the boat that they sail.
The World War I setting is a little rough for me, though, just because I feel like it's basically World War II in the way they depict it. And the trench scene is the only, I think, really definitive World War I outstanding scene, and that scene is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
The No Man's Land scene, though, is really cheesy.
Yeah, that's the trench scene.
I know, it's cool. It's really, the green screen, though, when she gets up, though, it just looks like...
Oh, you think so?
It's so bland. It's just like an empty war. I know it's No Man's Land, but it's just empty.
I know. I like it because it's like she is the one thing of color.
Fuck
like
you.
Stop. I explicitly
Zack
disagree.
Snyder,
with you.
nice imagery, dude.
No, Zack Snyder has nice imagery when he keeps color in there.
Watchmen looked pretty.
Watchmen was nice.
I just want to keep going back to that. It's so good.
Watch out for our Watchmen podcast coming out. But
oh my god, really?
I don't know. That Wonder Woman is just I love the score still. That theme is still dope, even though it feels out of place in this movie sometimes.
Yeah, like the drums don't fit.
Yeah, it's weird, but I still get pumped.
It's still a good end credit song. It's just not a good like. It's the final battle.
Yeah, right before she does like the finishing blow.
I think that's so disappointing too. I saw like a review.
Oh,
and I also agree with them.
CGI fight fest at the end.
I also just think it's lame that Ares was like the main guy. Like she can't be proven wrong. Like she has to be right.
No, actually, see, that's where I disagree. I liked that a lot, actually.
But then that's what makes it generic for me, because then it's just like...
See, for me, that's the opposite, because in every superhero movie, I feel like, hey, Peter, you have all this power, responsibility. That's cool for Spider-Man, because they usually do it right. But then it's like every superhero has to pay a price. They have to be wrong somehow. Like Batman versus Superman, right? Both characters get their asses whooped.
Good.
In a sense, yeah. Good, because they deserve it in that movie. But I like that Wonder Woman was right. And yeah, she can't solve all of humanity's problems, but she did just, like, save them from something pretty bad.
No, that was Steve.
It was Steve.
Steve did it. I'm so surprised I remembered his name.
Steve.
On another note, I honestly can't remember any other character's name.
Yeah, I don't either.
I
remember Steve. I remembered him, Steve Trevor.
The only reason I remember is because I saw a post about, like, which Steve... don't ever be a character named Steve in a comic book movie or you go down in a plane.
Yeah. I don't know. I really bought Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. I really loved him.
I just wish I mean, I did like him. They had good chemistry.
And
I just can't remember.
I'll admit, when he says, I love you, I feel like it is cheesy, but at the same time, I feel like he's not saying it in the romantic sense, even though they do have a romantic thing. Mm-hmm. I like the idea that he's just, like, fallen, just, like, objectively in love with this woman who stands for, like, goodness and kindness, and that he's willing to sacrifice his life for the good that she, that she's helped him achieve. Like, I got emotional. Not like tears. This isn't Toy Story 3.
Dude, I cried.
Yeah,
who didn't?
Oh, my God.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're making a mess.
I spilled my water bottle. No. It's got a cap. But I don't know. When he goes up in that plane,
that was
like wrenching. A part of me hoped that he would live, but a part of me knew that he was going to die anyway. And I love when she can't hear him speak, like, and she's just like dazed, and she's like, "What did you say?" And then he leaves. That's so good. Like that's so great. And then the CGI fight fest sucks.
I don't know. He looks fucking stupid with that mustache, but that's not why I don't like
Ares?
it. Yeah, he looks stupid.
Yeah, that
shave it.
I would have preferred if they just didn't show his face. Like they have just like a CGI face or a monster face. That would have been fine, and I was expecting that. Instead, we got like a weird skinny British man. Oh my God! When they stitch his head onto whoever's body that was, when they're doing like flashbacks to Ares, it's so like...
That's what he looks like, that's him.
That's actually him. They actually CGI'd the skinniness a la Steve Rogers in Captain America the First Avenger.
No,
which is, in my opinion, yeah, it's real. Which is, in my opinion, the best Captain America movie. So I've got a little bit of a, historical epic superhero piece bias here.
I do like it a lot. I think it's underrated, but I like the fight scenes more in Winter Soldier. And that's why I like that one more, because it's like it feels.
I probably do too.
Keeps my interest a little bit longer than the first one.
With Winter Soldier, I feel like the fight scenes are interesting, but the story is really boring. Because we go into it. Everyone goes into it knowing that Bucky is the Winter Soldier.
I didn't know that, to be honest.
Whoa, you didn't?
I didn't really know Captain America. I mean, I guess that's.
Wait, so when you watched it for the first time, that was a twist?
I didn't really see it as a twist. Well, I guess so.
Because they play it as a twist. Like, they play it, like, in the last... Like, in the second, it's like the mid-film twist. And I was like, why the fuck are we waiting so long?
I honestly didn't really... I didn't see Captain America in theaters. I saw it on TV, so I kind of forgot who Bucky was. So it didn't really, like, have a huge effect on me.
The same effect, yeah.
Like, oh, it's Bucky. Hey, what?
Yeah, and I'm not getting me wrong. Bucky's not exactly the most well-developed character. He's more of a plot device than anything else. But, like, he's at his best in, I think, the first Avenger, because he's actually, like, a character.
But you can't tell me that fight scene on the street in Winter Soldier was not...
When they're on the highway?
Yeah, that was so good.
When they're doing the knife, even though they cut, like, 4,000 times, when they're doing the knife, like, he throws the knife in the air, like, punches it and then grabs it again, that was dope.
And it's cool because it's still like Chris Evans, right? That's his name, Chris Evans.
I think they rehearsed that.
Yeah, no,
it's
crazy. So cool.
Some of the stuff is cool, but again, it's like with Winter Soldier, the Nick Fury stuff. Oh, he's dead. Not really. Like, fuck you, Marvel. Come on.
Yeah,
that's like
silly.
to the point where it's like, how stupid do you think I am? That I'm just gonna be like,
Do you think I only like DC movies?
No, this isn't Wonder Woman, dude.
Mm-hmm, yeah, okay.
Steve is dead.
This isn't Wonder Woman, okay? She's going to be right about the main bad guy at the end. I thought it was stupid that woman who made the gas got away. Why did she get to survive?
Yeah, that was weird.
Just because, like, she's like...
The whole villain stuff with the weird, like, not Nazi German, like, general, that was weird.
That was just...
It was silly.
I don't remember their names.
No, I don't either. Yeah, the guy who was also the bad guy in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Deadpool.
Deadpool was the bad guy in that movie.
Laser-eyed Deadpool.
When Ryan Reynolds shows up in Wonder Woman.
You know that wasn't even him at the end?
What do you mean?
Like at the end of X-Men Origins Wolverine, that wasn't even Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't.
That was stupid.
That's so weird, dude. But at the same time, I don't blame him. I don't blame Ryan Reynolds for being like, I'm good.
Nah, he was busy with the proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Wink, wink.
Like, I like Sandra Bullock.
I do
Whatever.
too.
She's very pretty. Miss Congeniality. Anyways.
20 years ago.
Anyways.
And,
Wonder Woman is awesome while you're watching it, but when you think about it, it just becomes like just another generic superhero movie. I don't
know. It stuck with me.
Okay, whatever, Ed. Whatever. Of course it stuck with you because it's the only good DC movie.
I mean, even that, like X-Men doesn't stick with me, and that's a good Marvel movie.
Which one?
Like, any of them. Really.
They're all okay.
X-Men Days of Future Past is probably the best one, and even that one is, like, not fantastic.
Logan's the best.
Well, yeah, I don't even... See, that's the thing.
I know, it's not really an X-Men
Like, it's
movie.
like, I don't even view it in them. But, I like the Wolverine a lot, too. I like it. I think I like it more than most people do. But
I honestly haven't actually seen that one.
It's really good. It's a lot of fun. It's a really good... Actually, no, let me phrase that. It's a terrible, like, direct prequel to Logan, but it's a really good movie on its own.
I heard that scene where he protects that guy from the nuke is cool.
Yes.
Okay.
That is dope. When he's in Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Hugh Jackman is that like prime Jackman in that movie. He's like insane. He's a monster.
Wait, so
it's a muscle creature.
How does he lose his like ability to heal in that movie?
It's age. Whoa! Well, in Logan, spoilers for Logan. The adamantium is poisoning him.
No, I know that, but like in Low Wolverine, like why can't he heal? Like
an old man Wolverine in the comic? Or?
No, and like the
I
Wolverine.
think it's just him getting older.
Really?
Oh,
so,
and
like,
the Wolverine.
Yes.
Oh shit.
The movie we're talking about.
I thought you meant the other movie that we weren't talking about.
I didn't.
He gets... How does he do it? They drug him. It's something like that. It's like they do a transplant on him that basically... Oh, no shit. Okay, so it's a little silly sometimes. They basically put a little machine inside of him that goes, like, around his heart and then, like, stops the healing process, which is dumb. Don't get me wrong. But, like, so, like, there's half a movie here. Half of it is, like, Logan goes to Japan, and it's awesome. Then the other half of it is, like, typical comic book bullshit. And the bullshit... Get the fuck out of my podcast.
I was invited.
No, you weren't. You just stumbled upon, and I was like, okay, Chris, whatever.
You're right.
So we should probably wrap up on Wonder Woman. So what are your last thoughts on Wonder Woman?
No, I don't. I actually don't. I love that, like, after, like, they... What's it called? When they're, like, celebrating. I like that.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Okay, no. I was going to say, didn't you go to the bathroom? But no, my friend did.
No, I would never.
I said you missed the dance. I don't know if you came back for the sex part or the dance part, but I said you missed one of them. You missed the sex. You missed the dance.
I would pee my pants before walking out of a movie theater. I would, and I have, and I will.
I held it for the first Transformers movie. I had to pee so bad right at the beginning. My brother didn't let me go. I had to hold it. He said we have good seats. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself now, like, we're not going to lose our seats. Just say the seat is saved. I can go by myself. I'm 10.
I'm basically an adult.
I'm double digits.
I can basically drink now.
I can basically drink this large drink by myself.
Okay, without even getting a brain freeze. That's it for this show. If you want to hear more from us, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Life of Screen. Chris, where can people stalk you on the internet?
Wait, what social medias did you just use?
I said my Twitter and Instagram.
What? You want what?
Yeah, it's happening.
Finally, God.
Yeah.
I guess my Instagram is _the_Milky_way. That's me. Hey.
That's Chris. Alrighty.
That's all I use.
That's all I use. You don't tweet?
No, because that's stupid.
Twitter's so much better than I like Twitter more, personally, because I like getting my news and I like reading. I like reading celebrity jokes. Ooh. Anyway.
Whoa!
Whoa! Anyway, everybody, thank you so much, and we'll be back with you next week.